Hey everybody, it's Dennis from AMC back with another commentary for you from the top 4 match from the Labyrinth Store Championship last Sunday, Easter Day. Today we have Chris Briley on the left here versus Ted Rubin on the right. Lannister, Lord of the Crossing versus Greyjoy, Son. You might have noticed on the title card that Ted is 1-2 and in the cut here in the top 4 because this was a 6-person tournament. So we had a 1-3-0, 1-2-1, or I guess 2 2-1s, and a single 1-2 in the top 4. Very small tournament. But I think it's important to note that I still consider Chris's ultimate victory here legit. Small field does not mean non-difficult field. A win is a win, in my opinion, no matter how many entrants.
I'll go first. Sure. I'll name military.
Okay, now let's start talking about this game. Chris only set up 2 characters, so he throws Calm.
I'm not playing the same deck.
That's a pretty good play. He wants to protect his board here for sure. He doesn't want to take any chances. He's playing it very safe. Very appreciative of Ted showing us his cards here. I think he's doing that on purpose. Something I'm going to encourage people to do in the future because that's very, very helpful.
I will keep 3. It's fine.
Alright. Take 5?
Yeah.
Ted opens with Noble Cause. Very important to get a good start in a Greyjoy deck, in my opinion. Greyjoy decks in 2.0, in my opinion, tend to be a bit glass cannon-ish. And by that, I mean they're either going to explode and win very quickly, or they're going to fizzle and lose very quickly. And all of that balance depends on how they start. Because once they get the board position on you, it is very, very difficult to get it away from them. And conversely, on the other side, once they lose board position, it's very, very hard for them to come back. So I expect both players to play very aggressively here.
Alright, intrigue for 3.
Sure. On post.
Ooh, sorry. I'm going to do intrigue.
Well, I mean, it's going to be on the stat, so whatever.
I just realized I'm not going to be able to trigger Lord of the Crossing if I do that, but that's fine. I'm not going to be able to trigger Lord of the Crossing anyway. Let's do intrigue for 3.
Chris is getting 2 cards out of Ted's hand immediately. Always a good play when you can get cards away from your opponent.
That's cards.
That's cards.
Mill 5.
No.
Ted's deck seems to be a more aggressive variety
Top 6.
of Greyjoy deck.
You got it.
Okay.
Your challenges.
He doesn't seem to be playing any tricks. I don't see any of the Martell confinement
Getting
type
the power
stuff
I'm
throughout the
getting
day.
the power challenge. I don't even need to.
You can't do military.
You're giving me all these tools and I don't even need them. I just don't understand. I'm not getting Dom, so whatever.
Yeah.
Power.
Not opposed.
Yar.
And then I'll take 1 back for Dom.
Yep.
And then I will
He's
give
going
you-
to tickle him.
Show me an Asha.
Nothing.
She's dead, or no? This
Love the
is
tickler,
Greg.
man. He's so much fun.
It's not Greg.
So, pretty nondescript round 1.
Am I under reserve? No, because you're Cersei.
Very interesting. I don't know. Maybe I expect maybe a calling the banners from Ted and a potentially 2 claim from Chris. They're both going to try to push board position if they can.
I need this.
Okay.
What's gonna happen?
So they both calling the banners.
I will go first.
You have less power.
I do. I will go first. We are both grabbing 4.
Interesting. Chris chooses to go first. I don't know that I necessarily like that play.
1 and oh wait, I get 3 more.
I think a lot of times if you force
So
Greyjoy to
1,
go first,
2,
they have to play a little
3.
bit more defensively.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
But
Yep.
you know, you can't really fault him when you look at his board. He knew what was in his hand. He knew he was going to be able to put out those cards. So I don't hate the play, but I generally, as a control player by heart, I prefer to go second most of the time because I like to have a better known state of the board when I'm making my decisions.
Put down a boat.
It's just too many unknowns when you're first, unless you play rush or murder heavy decks, when you really need to trigger those effects. But I've always been a control player, so the more information that I can have when I need to make my decisions, the better.
Annoying. I hate her.
I'm gonna put down.
Love Nymeria. She's such a great control card, especially against the Lord of the Crossing deck, because she can lock down one of the icon spreads all by herself.
Can't pay me?
Can't pay you.
What would you like to strip? Assuming you're doing it before I attack.
Chris asks Ted what he wants to strip with Nymeria. I'm not sure why he's playing Ted's deck for him
I guess
here.
it's Jamie's military.
Jamie is Sans Militaro. Intrigue for 1.
Yep.
I never, ever assume my opponent remembers his triggers. I know this is a topic that's been discussed to death on the Facebook group recently, but it's something I have very strong opinions about. As if you saw any of my posts, it's something I'm considering doing a whole separate video on, actually, because I just have so much to say about it.
No, I don't really want to do that. Power, stealthing, Obara.
Yeah, my thought here is Chris is going first and playing very aggressively because he's essentially racing Ted right now. He's saying that I'm going to attack all 3 challenges to try to get the Lord of the Crossing power, and I dare you to stop me before I get to 15.
You can't do military back at me. I just realized that.
He's playing very
No,
aggressively.
that's right.
Okay.
I don't necessarily disagree with that strategy.
1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. You have 11
I think
for
2.0
military.
is very momentum heavy. So if you can get momentum and keep moving, you're very likely to win the game, in
Yeah,
my
I mean,
opinion.
Over defense, yeah.
There's not a lot of back and forth swings,
5, 6, 7, 8.
but
Would be good. Okay.
I think it compensates for that by making the struggle to get that initial control of the board
No,
very
stealth.
tense in a lot of matchups.
So
I
it
think
doesn't matter then, 'cause
that
you-
balance
so
hangs
no
by
for
a thread a lot of
no
times for
for
2 or 3 turns
8, 10,
before it
12.
falls off.
Um,
And that feels very real to me in 2.0, which is something I like, because in 1.0 it sort of just got
12, which is
absurd
the
by
next
the
one.
end of 1.0. You almost knew who won before you even turned the first plot a lot of times.
yeah.
I love that Chris is teasing the put to the swords in his hand right here. We can see. Somebody's going to get hit with one of those at some point.
No, you don't have 2 gold.
I don't have to.
You don't have 2 gold. Oppose with Obar.
Okay. Force reaction.
Sure.
Lord of the Crossing. Claim.
Clan.
Your Yallinges.
Yeah.
Looks like Ted is holding up pretty good here, actually.
Power stealthing.
Unopposed.
Asha's going to do some work.
Sorry.
Yep.
Stand. Unopposed.
Dom's going to appear to be an 8-8 tie.
Cool. I totally have
5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4.
Yep, to 8 standing. Yep.
I'll tell you. Show me something good. Show me something good. Discarding him's great.
So it's
but
very unfortunate for
I'd
Ted.
rather hit like an Asha
Chris
than
tickles
Yeah.
the Balon off the top of Ted's deck, which could have made all the difference in the world in this matchup.
I missed my great crack trigger.
With his
Good at this game.
with the warship spread that he has out, Balon would have done a lot of work. He could wildfire and get Balon out. And I think Ted, if he wildfires here, he would have a superior board position.
Yeah, that's right.
He would probably, looking at the 3 characters that each would keep, I would gladly keep Nymeria, Asha,
Your choice.
and this other Sand Snake versus
Then draw 2.
Jamie, Tyrion, and the Tickler.
Count 4.
Yep.
Looks like Ted playing Clash of Kings here. I think that's a pretty aggressive move based on the state of the board. I don't know. I feel like that's more of a closer plot to play because of the high initiative. So I don't really like him wasting that high initiative here.
Pop King's Road?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He's going to wish that
Right,
he had
yes,
that
yeah.
You have
that 9 initiative in about 2 turns, I'm sure.
Draw him in for 1.
Okay.
And,
Drumman currently strength 6.
yep.
Okay. Gross. I hate it.
Can't 2.
Okay. Okay, so interesting. Ted's opting to keep 2 gold. He doesn't have any intrigue icons on the board, but it's always a good move if you can save 2 gold just to bluff the put to the
Would you like to
sword.
give me one of your dollars?
It's going to change how your opponent defends your military challenge.
Find that acceptable. Alright, go ahead.
Unfortunately, he ends up losing 1 gold to the brothel madam there, which he really has no choice. This is his only chance in getting back in the game is getting some military claim through and to start picking off those dupes. But good luck getting it unopposed right now without Balon. For some reason, I find clear sleeves very distracting, and I don't know what it is about them. But being able to see the design on the back of the cards, maybe it's because it's too pretty. I can't concentrate.
Tyrion's power.
They're in a little bit of a stalemate here. You know, neither side really has any huge advantage, and it's just who's going to stick their neck out.
No, that's not right. Yeah, that's right.
I really don't like these situations in games when I'm playing. It feels hopeless when so many characters are out. You either have to make a chump challenge and don't even intend to win just to clear the board, or overcommit to make sure that you win. Either way, whoever goes second has the hugest advantage in a situation like this.
Yep.
Because they don't have to act first. That's it. You force the difficult decisions on to the person who's first player.
Oh shit. Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
Counting coppers drew to the
If you don't have to act, you have no opportunity to make a
Alright.
mistake.
I'll win.
Yep.
I'll trigger. No, that has to be on.
Yep.
He has to do something.
It's
He has to do
no,
something.
no,
It's
no
a
triggers.
pose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right.
And this guy's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand why Ted's taking a long time here,
I feel like I
because
should still feel
it's just
really good about burning two
things just
Yes,
don't
you
feel
should
good
about
right
burning
now.
2 treasuries. It's not killing the hound or whatever you were gonna do.
It feels like whatever you do is just going to make a dent into a gigantic wall, and you start wondering, is it even worth it? It's a tough spot to be in.
I hate to let that through on a turn where you have that, but I think I have to. So 2.
Okay. So.
It's a big power swing there with the Clash of Kings
Great
revealed,
Kraken
or whatever that plot
to
is.
Alright, unopposed. Great Kraken to get a
So
power.
Ted's going to jump ahead huge here, but it's only going to last for
Yeah,
a
that's
second,
effectively 2 points.
It still doesn't matter
because
yet.
he's
right?
pretty wide
Yeah, but it
open
doesn't matter.
for
No,
whatever
I mean it
Chris
happens
wants
in
to
the
do
reaction
to him,
phase
to be
instead of
honest.
like the claim phase.
Oh, right, it's not
But I don't
actually.
think it's relevant. Like I don't think it's functionally different than they said you're claimed to during power challenges. Other than the fact it works on defense as well. But
That's like that in Game of Thrones, where I'm just like,
Yeah.
no, this I totally will take this. Pass the challenge. Pass the challenge.
okay, intrigue for 1.
Sure. Unopposed.
Tyrion. Unopposed. Claim.
Ted down to 2 cards. Chris got to be happy there.
Power for 4. Stealthing.
Yep, seems good. That is unopposed.
Unopposed claim.
Chris just having his way with Ted right now.
Military for 7.
Let's see if this other put to the sword comes out. Here it comes. Who's he going to nail? Nymeria. I think she's about to eat it.
I'll pose it.
There you go.
There she goes.
So long, bitch.
So, Lords of Crossing,
Yeah.
claim,
Right.
First
claim
reaction.
Claim a bard.
renown, because I think I forgot that last time.
You can see
He's
how
not
much
actually
power
claiming.
Chris just
Oh, I'm
accumulated
sorry.
super
I claimed that
fast.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
Cheating.
That's that. My dominance.
Yep, you're done.
Tickles.
Show me something good. Not in play.
Stupid camel.
Yeah. Oh, well.
All right, Ted's probably going to wildfire here. I don't know that he can afford to wait any longer, assuming it's in his deck.
No. We canceled this. You never got to that one.
I mean, Chris
right,
can
couldn't
do
do this
whatever he
against
wants right now. That's the beauty of being so far ahead in board position. You can be so flexible in your plot choice. You can just dump one of your plots that you don't need anymore, and you're just trying to chew through to get to more valuable time for your other ones. So yeah, Chris doesn't really have any restrictions on what he can throw.
Your choice.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Claim
Wow.
Claim two.
Now both of us will forget our two.
I wish I had your claim to plot, not my claim to
That's-
plot.
I don't understand that decision by Ted.
Okay, drop it.
That the Rise of the Kraken should be a closer plot for Greyjoy. You don't really throw it unless you have board position and can actually get those unopposed challenges to get the double unopposed
And I'm going to
result. Because if you don't close on this turn with only 2 gold on offer, it's really you're saying this is my board position for this turn. You're not going to be able to afford anything of note in this game for 2 gold.
Yeah, I won't want her.
So you're with the 7 initiative and the 2 claim and the double unopposed. You're essentially saying, I feel like I can close this game right now, and I dare you to stop me. And I think this was way too early to throw this for Ted. I think he should have wildfired, evened up the board state, and then thrown Rise of the Kraken on the next turn.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I let this through unopposed, 11. If I let it through unopposed.
Chris is realizing that even if he lets these challenges through unopposed, he's not going to lose the game on this turn.
Unopposed.
Okay.
And he's going to recover all plus more of this power that he's giving away right now when he can do his own challenges. So I think he's correctly analyzed that there's really no harm in that power total as long as Ted is not going to close.
Yeah, that's probably correct, though.
I think it has to be because I have to block with both.
Because
of them
Chris
and
has 2 claim
you know what I mean?
plot of his
Hound, then
own,
Hound,
so he's
Hound.
going to steal
Yeah.
a significant amount of this power that Ted is getting off of his house
Yeah.
anyways. So, wise decision by Chris.
He's himself one remove another.
I think the power challenge in this game is largely irrelevant until you're going to win the game.
7.
7. Yeah,
I will always prioritize a power challenge last while there are other things to attack, like the hand or the board. Until I really need the power to end the game, I'm going to ignore it for the most part.
7.
For 7.
It would.
I know there's probably people that will disagree with that, but that's how I've always approached the game.
Well, I'm gonna lose either way, right? Even if I defend with all 3, you can remove him, then I'm only at 7, so I lose that. So defend for 8.
Defend for 8.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Chris is over defending here to make sure
Well,
that
it
the
doesn't
challenge
matter.
is not
You need to
going to be
remove the
unopposed.
Hound to win.
I need to, yeah.
Well, we
well,
need to
I
remove
can,
one of
I
them
can,
here.
I can pump.
Or
to
you
win,
can
right?
pump to win.
And,
Either one.
and it doesn't. At this point, it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to do a third.
If I have a treachery, you could, use both
Oh,
in case.
yeah, that's true.
You use one. If I don't
Yeah.
treachery it, you're fine. So use
so,
whichever one.
So I'll remove
And
the
use
hand.
that one because this is defensive as well. So you remove the Hound. You win the challenge. It is opposed.
Yeah.
Claim.
Claim.
So all the different areas on the board are like different things in a newsroom or like an old
And it is opposed, so she doesn't.
Ted's got to be happy to get the 2 claim military off at least,
No
but
standing entry.
he's
Right?
in a rough spot. Chris just has
No
superior
standing entry.
control, superior board position right now.
Int for 1.
Oh, sorry. That's yours.
Yeah, Chris
That's fine.
chipping away even further at Ted's board.
And then
He's got to feel pretty good
It was really fun.
about things.
And 2.
Ted down to 2 cards again. He's about to lose 2 power
Power.
to knock him back down to 9.
Stealthing.
Yep.
And then Chris should still be able to
Okay.
win
Same 2.
dominance
Time 2.
to keep that away from Ted as well. Dominance is a very underappreciated power in this game, in my
Wait, there's
opinion.
power with Tyrion?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Stealthing that.
Oh,
If
you
you can
stealth
win
this, you
dominance
stealth
and
this.
Yeah,
guarantee
yeah.
yourself a power every round, you're always going to be sort of in the game. That one power round, it's so good.
I just didn't want to see it.
That's why I love
So that
one
gets
copy of
us
Iron
to
Throne in
5.
any of my decks right
That's
now,
right. He could be fine.
no matter what. It's never gonna. I'm never gonna be sad
Mill
to see it.
4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah. Well, 5. I'm not winning Dom anyway, so I'll still oppose it.
That's right, Ted. You're not gonna win Dom.
Okay. But it's still enough that
It's
I'm
still
gonna
enough that you can, yeah, you can still oppose it.
All right.
Yeah.
Other Sand Snake hits the pile.
Sorry, let's do this guy. I take
Or
it.
not.
That's fine.
My bad.
A lot of take
And then
backs.
claim.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna die anyway.
No, no,
right.
And then Lords of the Crossing, Renown.
All right. So this
Dom's
looks really
fine,
bad,
Tickler.
but Ted still should have his Wildfire,
I'm at, yeah,
which
11.
doesn't put him in a great spot, but it certainly would help a large amount right now. So if it's in his deck, I hope Ted throws Wildfire here. I expect Chris to throw his highest initiative plot to try to go first.
Sorry.
I see.
Yeah.
First snow.
Yeah, first.
So we were right on
Kill.
Ted. He does his Wildfire. First snow is
Still go first.
Okay. Drop.
going to be equally effectual for both players right now. So it all depends on who's got a big card in their hand.
Count 4. And, sit on 4.
Wow.
I'll count 4.
Ted plays nothing.
And,
Makes you wonder what's in his hand.
John Face.
Good. Oh.
What you got?
You're gonna do that.
Man,
and that.
he's got 5 cards in his hand.
Well,
I guess maybe just low-cost characters.
military stealth. Oh, because that, right, because it doesn't work. Oh, it does work.
It does work.
Military stealth.
If I pop him in, you're going to be able to defend it anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is what you'll be at.
I think Asha is one of the
Five
best
boots.
characters in 2.0.
So
That
that's fine.
stealth is stealth was sort of irrelevant in 1.0 towards the end, just
Anyway.
because of the amount of characters
So
that was on the
unopposed.
board for each player. But now that an average board is 3 or 4 characters, stealth is just so good.
And,
Stealth is relevant again, and I love that.
actually, I guess I'd rather you take a Tyrion dude.
Yeah, so. You get the choice, right?
Right,
Why
yeah,
not-
it's better
why not
than
make
better
one?
than giving you the choice, yeah. So do I leave the power undefended?
Can I win this turn? Can I only need
Because you're gonna ambush the Hound anyway, and once I'm on defense, I can't do anything about it. So you're gonna win.
Yep, the game is already over.
9,
I think
10,
Ted's
11.
just realizing that now.
So I guess I kind of have to sit here and not let you get an unopposed power
It
challenge.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe the game is already over. Chris can close here easily. He has the gold to ambush things in.
Let's do intrigue.
Unopposed.
I'll gain 2 gold off that.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, sorry.
Takesy
I don't
backsies.
wanna go. That's-
Look at
that's-
this.
Okay.
He doesn't even ask. He just takes it back.
Military.
And Ted is way too polite in this situation to tell him otherwise.
Do that.
I think this was Ted's
Yep.
first
I'll do
tournament.
military for 4 plus 5, so 9.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, unopposed.
Unopposed military? Alright. Renown, unopposed, back to hand. Then yeah, you can sack a dupe. And
I
then
feel
I'll
like
do
Chris already has
intrigue,
15.
meaning 2 gold when I do it.
Yep. You get your unopposed power.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you get it anyway.
And then I do power for 6 because of Lords of the Crossing. And
Right,
you
and
can
I get the
defend
blend
for
for
6, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry there wasn't much commentary there. This is, I don't know,
No,
a pretty
I mean, that's-
boring game, actually. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah,
So-
we're done.
I'm going to upload this anyways because I sat here and talked for half an hour, but that game was
It's
awful.
hard when you can't get Valen and I snipe one off the top.
See you next time, guys. Sorry that sucked.